Hey everybody, welcome back to another Kangaroo Math video. Today I have another question. This one's a bit different than the last few. It's not really patterns this time, it's kind of more thinking with numbers and letters. Not necessarily getting full numbers, but thinking where they would go. And it is a bit more difficult question, but I know you got it. So if you want to get the question yourself, feel free to look down the link below. You can click it out, print it out, do it yourself. And I'll just get right into it. So, three numbers, A, B, and C, are used to make a 6-digit number. So you have A, B, and C, and we need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-digit number. Now, A is used 3 times. So 3 times, B is used twice, and C, let's see, is used once, right? Those are the parameters, those are the things we're working with, right? So now the question is, which possibility out of these 5 here will not make the biggest number, right? Because we're trying to make the biggest number out of A, B, and C. Now, which of these will not make the biggest number? Okay, so let's look at the choices, right? If we have A, B, B, C, well, if we say A is 9, then that's a big number, you know? We have 9, 9, 9, right? So that's already the biggest, one of the biggest numbers you can make, right? Because the biggest 6-digit number you can have is 99999, right? 6 nines. So the fact that it already starts with 3 nines, that means it's pretty big. And I don't think any number is going to be bigger than that, right? Or even if you say A is 8, right? It might not be bigger than that. So this one looks pretty good, right? It looks like it'll be pretty big, 3 A's. And then, but we also have this one with 3 A's, this one here, A, B, C, B. Now, what does that mean for us, right? Well, first of all, we can say that, let's say B is bigger than C, right? Then this number is bigger. But let's say C is bigger than B, then this number is bigger. So both of these are looking pretty in between, like they could both be pretty big numbers, right? So these two are looking good to be the biggest numbers, possibly. Now, we also have C, A, B, B, and then B, B, A, C, right? Oh, and we also have another one that starts with 3 A's. A, C, B, B. Now, all 3 of these, so this one could be the biggest number if C is bigger than B. This one can be the biggest number if B is greater than C, right? That's the greater than sign. And this one can be if C is greater than B, right? So this is all saying that A is the biggest. Right, that's what we're saying. That all of this is happening when A is the biggest. That's what we're saying. So this will be the biggest number when B is greater than C, right? Because we'll have 999, let's say 8, B is 8, 999, 8, and C is 7, right? But then this will be the biggest if C is bigger, right? So both of these can possibly be the biggest number. But we also have this one that's A, right? We have that one too. Can that one be the biggest number? Well, if B is bigger than C, then this number is bigger, right? Because this B is also bigger. Now, if C is bigger, then this number is bigger than that one. So this, as of now, cannot be the biggest number, right? Because these two can be. So we can get rid of these for a second. These two are good. Those can't be the answer. So now, let's look at these two for now. Because we already looked at this one. And this one could possibly be the answer, the smallest number. So let's look at these two. C, A, B, B. B, B, A, C. All right. So, like we're saying, let's say A is the biggest number, right? So if A is the biggest number, then that doesn't change anything here. Well, we're looking at C and B, right? Because they both start with different letters. And if they both start with different letters, then we know one of them is going to be bigger than the other. So if C is 9, then this is the biggest number. And if C is 9, let's say A is 8, right? So then this is the biggest number because it's the only one that starts with C, right? So if you have, like if it's CB, BC, AB, right? Then the one that starts with 9 will automatically be the biggest because no others start with C. So this one can be the biggest number. This one's also the only one that starts with B, right? It's the only one that starts with B. So if B is the biggest number, that is the biggest number. It's like, look, let me show you for a second. If I have A, B, C, B, A, C, and C, A, B, right? If I have those 3 combinations, let's say that here let's say that here, C is 9, right? Let's say A is equal to 7, B is equal to 8, and C is equal to 9. So that's 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 9, and 9, 7, 8, right? And which number is the biggest? Well, the 9, 7, 8, because we know C is the biggest, and this is the only one that starts with C. So if C is the biggest, this is the biggest. If B is the biggest, this is the biggest, because they both start with C and B. Now, we already went over the A's, so this one can be the biggest if C is bigger than B, and this one can be the biggest if B is greater than C. Now that leaves us with this, because that's in between. Because if B is greater than C, then this number is better. If C is greater than B, this number is better. So this one cannot be the biggest number. We went through all the possible A's, and that leaves us with A, B, C, B. Now I'm not sure what answer choice that is on the question itself. It could be D, I think, because I went in order, but check it out yourselves. This definitely was a harder question, but I think it's pretty fun, because you gotta think about things. Like, you don't really have numbers. Like, when I tried putting in numbers, it didn't really work, right? You gotta just think. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I had fun. I hope you start this week off well, because it's Monday, and Monday never really was a fun day, but I hope you guys have fun. See ya.